Hey there everybody, welcome to week 2 of Portfolio Project 1. Things are moving along pretty well and I'm in the midst now of reviewing your exploring your professional interests activity from week 1. It's always interesting to see what everyone's goals are and what areas of the media world are of interest. There's some really interesting and unique career objectives described in these, and I think so far everything I'm seeing is really within the realm of what we hope to achieve here in MCBS, given the really multifaceted nature of our curriculum. So you'll definitely get the skill set you need. But of course, the key now is to take those career goals and use that as your guide in really directing the nature of your portfolio projects as well as the projects you complete in class. Because while a lot of the assignments are specifically described in the instructions, the subjects that you deal with and the specific focus of the project can vary. So look for ways that you can direct your efforts in that way. This week we are moving on to the portfolio subject selection, and this is one of the most important tasks that you'll do this month as far as your portfolio goes, because it will influence all your portfolio efforts that come after. Your portfolio subject is the subject matter that you'll deal with for your portfolio project. So it isn't a project unto itself, but it is what your projects will be related back to. Typically, these are some sort of organization. They can be a business or company, a nonprofit organization or charity. Often see religious organizations as well, churches, for example. They can be events. I see a lot of music festivals, or something like a film festival could work as well, concerts, and local community events. Also public figures, so individuals, celebrities or performers. I see quite a few musicians included as portfolio subjects. Can also be your own self. If you're trying to create your own brand identity, say if you are an aspiring blogger or YouTube video figure, then you can use this to start codifying your own brand identity and really setting that in stone. Media outlets as well, so that kind of goes along with it. But if you are you want to focus on a local radio station or TV station or online media outlet like a blog, a website, or a YouTube channel, then those work really well as well. So really what you're looking for is something that will give you enough subject matter to work with for a variety of media projects. You're going to be creating a style guide, video, possibly multiple video projects, creating new logos and so forth, all related back to the subject. For this assignment today, or this week, you will be providing the following details. You'll give the name of your subject or its title, depending on whether it's a person or an organization. You'll describe the nature of the subject. So this is either a short description of your subject or a biography of the individual, if it's a person. Compose this as though the reader does not have any background on this particular subject. So you really make sure you give a clear picture of what and who this subject is. Describe their main purpose or goal. What product do they provide? What service do they provide? What kind of music do they create if they're musicians, and so on? What kind of content is provided through the media outlet, if that's the case. So give an idea of what their purpose for existing is, essentially. And the core values. Sometimes you could find the core values online if they have a website, or if they've, if they're an individual and they've made these sorts of statements, either in interviews or publicly. So you can use existing information to to draw from. Otherwise, use your best estimation of what their core values are based on what you know about the subject. Indicate if they have any specific logos or symbols. If they are an existing company, they might have some signage that contains their logos or other kind of media. This is mainly for your own reference, because you will be working on rebranding, in a sense, this subject. And so if they have an existing logo, that's something you can draw from for inspiration in your own work. And it often provides the brand colors, which is the next topic. So if they have any colors associated with them. The example is like McDonald's. We always think of the golden arches and their gold and red logo. UPS and FedEx, they are very distinctive, and UPS has the brown and gold. FedEx has I believe it's blue and red logo design. I might be wrong about that. It might be orange and red, or orange and blue, but those are very iconic in representing those brands. So if your subject has colors along those lines, then you can indicate that here. When you pick your subject, make sure to pick something that's not really well established and really well known. So you don't want any kind of nationally known company like Nike or FedEx or McDonald's or Burger King, anything like that. You don't want any big name performers or politicians. Look for somebody that's up and coming, or a subject that's maybe local to your area that you can focus on, because that gives you much more creative freedom. A lot of the specifics aren't yet established, and it gives you the opportunity to really show what you know as a media professional. And here's that timeline again, and I kind of touched on some of these things, but again, the subject, you want to think about how much content they're able to provide, how many opportunities that subject provides for different media projects. So maybe they're in need of more media exposure. Maybe they need a social media presence, or some commercial spots, or they can even take advantage of some sort of transmedia endeavor. So something to consider, and remember that most likely this will be a subject you'll work with throughout the program. Not to say that you can't change your subject if necessary, but try to pick one that you're going to want to stick with. As always, if you have any questions, any concerns, please let me know. You can contact me through FSO, via email, or by my office phone, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Other than that, have a wonderful week 2, and I look forward to seeing the subjects that you all choose to work with.